Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Scaling Brokerage Podcast. Today we're here with Suzette. She's been kind enough to bless us with some of her time. So I'll kick it right off to Suzette. I'll let her tell us a little bit about herself and her business.
So my name is Suzette Teague, and my business name is Abundance Realty Group. I actually have a real estate company, and I also have a property management company called Cedar Property Management. I'm going to talk about real estate today because that's what they were asking me to talk about. And I have been in business. I started out in 2002. And I actually started with a big corporation and did most of my training with that company. Got really successful there, became a part of their agent leadership team, became a part of building basically their office there, and had reached a level of success that I really enjoyed. But there came a time that I decided I wanted to launch out and be my own broker. So I went to work for more of a boutique broker. And from there, I was there about 6 months. Then I got my broker's license myself, and that was December 2012. And by June 2013, I was in my own brokerage. And I've had the brokerage since then. I'm a boutique broker as well. I have agents that work with me part-time, but it hasn't been something that I've built out a large scale business. I'm mostly owner, operator, broker, agent, property manager. I wear all the hats. And I have an assistant, and I have another assistant coming on. And so that's kind of the scale of my business right now. We do quite a bit of business, even as a sole agent. So I do, have a great level of success. I've got a great reputation in the industry as an agent. I also work with investors, and I sponsor an investor group. And so that's just a little bit about me, just an introduction.
Awesome. No, glad to learn about you there. When you started back in 2013, can you tell us a little bit about how 2012, when you first, started your own brokerage? Can you tell us a little bit about how that was, taking that, that kind of first step into ownership?
Thank you. I will tell you, and I'm going to be gut level honest, I was scared to death because I thought, now I don't have anybody that's in charge that's telling me, hey, send us your commission disbursement statement so we can get you paid. I didn't have anybody that was up there that was responsible, and it was going to be me.
Yeah.
Plus the expense of, when you go out on your own, now you've got new signs you're ordering, new cards you're ordering, new marketing you're ordering, and you've got all these websites and these things you've invested in that have all your old company lingo. And legally, you're not allowed to operate once you leave with the old company's information. And so for me, I was scared about the financial commitment of jumping into that. I wasn't sure. I mean, just like anybody, I had a idea that, can I do this? Can I do it by myself? Can I do it without the support of a big company? Can I do it without the support of a broker that's been established? She'd been established for years. She was like old school real estate. And so I was scared. And so I did it anyway, because they say do anything. Just if you're scared about doing something, do it anyway. And I stepped out there and just launched. And I just really feel like God blessed me in that arena. I got tons of business. I still do a great business. I work with a lot of referrals, past clients.
Awesome.
I'm a networker, and I'm a connector. So I would have all these people coming at me. So the business kind of built itself once I took the leap, but I had to get over my own fears to be able to do that.
Absolutely. Well, and then that's awesome. That it speaks to, building up our sphere, building up our sphere of influence, I should say, in the market. Keeping those bridges up, it can go a long way as we, continue to progress through the months and years of being in real estate. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Have you ran into, in the past, a little over 10 years now, have you ran into any challenges, anything along the way that you feel like has slowed you down in your business and growing, anything like that?
I think one of the biggest lessons I got to learn as an agent and then as a broker is how to manage the ups and downs of real estate, because it's cyclical. And we have
Yeah.
cycles of, there's going to be things you're going to be affected by. When, I always tell people, and people have to find this hard to believe, 2020 was actually my best year in real estate. And the reason it was my best year in real estate is most real estate agents weren't working. So
Yeah.
I was
Absolutely.
grabbing all the business. They were scared. They were home. They were taking care of their families. I'm not judging. I'm just letting you know that I look at that and I think, you know what? Even in a pandemic, you can make money in real estate. And
Yeah.
so it showed me something different. It shifted a lot of my perspective, because a lot of us will say, well, it's winter time, so it's slow, so I don't need to go out there and really do a lot of marketing or get ready for the season coming up. But I've
Yeah.
learned how to manage the ups and downs. I've learned how to manage what's going on around me and not let it affect my drive, my ambition, my desire to be successful. And I've learned I'm very good with follow up. I can tell you that. I follow up with people.
Oh yeah.
I check
That's
in with
amazing.
them. I see how they're doing. Sphere of influence or not, even if I just think about it, if I was working with you as a client, I thought about you, I would call you. How's your show going? How are you doing? How's things with the new house? Are you thinking about buying another one? Do you want to go into investments? And so I start a conversation
Yeah.
around real estate, but it's really because I care enough about the person to offer them opportunities. And so I think that's a big lesson for me. Don't get caught up in what's going on around you. Don't let the environment dictate your level of success. Don't let the atmosphere affect your attitude. Just keep moving forward. And I think that's been the biggest lesson for me. I love negotiations, though. If you were to ask me my best part of real estate, it's negotiating the contract, negotiating the repairs, negotiating with the appraiser to make sure the appraisal is going to
Yeah.
be done
Oh
right.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so, so my favorite part is negotiation, and of course, behind that would be marketing and promotions and networking. So those have kept me alive, and kept me in business, and kept me going, and kept me in the money.
absolutely. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of brokers on the podcast mention, your network is your net worth, and that's especially true in real estate, most definitely.
Yes, yes, that's so true.
Nice, nice. Well, and on the marketing lead gen side, are you doing anything to get in front of more agents, get in front of more prospective buyers in your area? Do you do anything that's really helpful, or did you do anything in the past that maybe didn't work for you?
I have done, I think some of the things that work for me is I do a mail out campaign, and that has helped me to stay in front of people. It's not more for business. Uh, it's more so to stay in front, be first in mind for people. So marketing like that, even just a mail out once a month, just to say, it could be anything. I've
Yeah.
had, cards, like postcards. I've had, things about comps for sale. I mean, sold when I sell a listing, when I've got one for sale. And so just keeping that out there, that marketing has helped me. Networking. A lot of people won't share their business with people in a networking opportunity. I've done all kinds of networking opportunities. And when I go in a meeting, I still tell people I'm in real estate. Is there anything I can help you with? I ask for leads from people. I call people I know and say, hey, do you know anybody right now that's about to sell, or they're thinking about selling? My vendors from my property management, man, I ask them, are you fixing up any homes right now? Because people want to sell them. And so
Yeah, I don't know,
they're probably
absolutely.
like, oh my God, she's coming after the lead. So I think you have to be consistent. Consistency is key. And you have to be consistent in wanting to help people. And my when I got into real estate, it was really to help people. Yeah, I wanted to make money, and I knew there was a lot of money, but I didn't have a concept of that because I'd never made a lot of money. So I first got in
Mhm.
because I loved houses. I loved showing houses. I wanted to help people, but the money came as a result of my desire to help people. So I've always still entered it from a servant's heart. How can I serve you? How can I serve you? How can I make things better for you? The other thing I would say is there's people out there, like I have senior clubs that I'm a member of, and I go serve there. And there's seniors there that may want to sell their house. I give free advice to them about stuff. And so I think networking is a real big key for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Um, Follow up and asking for referrals from people, even when you're sitting at the table closing on a deal, that's a key factor. And then any kind of mail out you can do just to touch people, even if it's an email. I just think people are overwhelmed with emails these days. So I like the mail
Yeah.
the piece of mail that I can send, because I think, oh my God, Suzette sent something. And even if I miss a month, they go, I get your mailer every month. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they think it's an every month thing, even if it's every other month. So people can start off. I started off on a shoestring, to be quite honest. I
Yeah.
think I wrote 200 letters to people that I knew, and I said, "Hi, I'm just starting in real estate. I'm connected with this company, and they've got 40 years worth of experience, and I would like to help you with your real estate." And I sent them 3 business cards and just sent that out. It was my first mail piece, but it generated some interest. My insurance agent called me and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying a piece of land to build a house on." Great. And so don't be afraid of really putting yourself out there and making sure that you're connecting with people, not necessarily over the phone. We're in an age where everybody wants to just email and they don't want to deal with people. I want to deal with people.
Yeah.
I want to look at people. I want to be face to face with them. I've done home shows. I've done a boat show. I've rented booths. I've joined the Better Business Bureau. I mean, not not the Better Business Bureau, but the you know how they have Northeast Tarrant County. Uh, it's I'll have to think about it. But I've done whatever I can to put myself in front of others so that I can make myself known, build my reputation, just like you're doing. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. No, and that's especially in real estate. That's the name of the game. Getting ourselves out there and putting our best foot forward when we do. That's how we build our social media. That's how we build our online presence. Our in person presence. We being able to meet these folks as well. No, so that is definitely that's awesome perspective there. Do you have any ideas on kind of the future vision for you? Like where are you headed this year? What's kind of the goals for you inside of the company there?
um, I I think as I've grown and matured in real estate, I have gone to higher price points to help those people. So my vision this year is to really stay within a higher price point, because I can help those people just as much. I cut my teeth on first time home buyers, and I
Yeah.
learned so much from them. And I learned how to answer questions. I learned how to serve them. I learned how to sell houses because of them, because they would ask the questions that I got to ask. But now as I've matured in real estate, I like to work with more high-end buyers and more high-end sellers. But I don't forget where I come from. So I'm not going to turn anything down, but I think my vision this year is to increase my ability to go after to market to more high-end buyers and sellers, so that I can capture more of that market. That would be probably what my vision is, and to grow out my business so that I have somebody that's actually over marketing that can capture those leads and help me to nurture and nourish those people and make sure they stay with me until we get to a point of listing their house or them buying a house. Also, improving my investor pool. So I work with investors a lot. I've been working with investors since 2009. And so improving my investor pool and helping them find things. And then last but not least, I want to flip a few houses this year. So I have a goal
Awesome.
to flip 5 houses this year. And so it's fun. You just go in and you get to fix them up and then you get to sell them. And so,
Yeah.
so that's something I want to do, is just kind of enter into the investor pool. I have flipped a house before, but I haven't been intentional about finding opportunities to do that. So I want to do that this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then just curious, is that something you do like the work yourself? Do you have someone in the family or
No, thank you for asking. I have a vendor because I've done property management for so many years. I've done it since 2004. I have a great pool of vendors that I can use, that I can pull on. And so it allows me to be able to enter that market knowing I have trusted professionals that can help me create a beautiful product for people. And so that's what I would be doing, is using their expertise.
That's awesome. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. It keeps you from adding another couple hats on this year, right?
That's right. That's right.
Awesome, awesome. And would you have any advice for maybe newer broker, newer agent getting started in the market today? I know we've kind of touched on a lot of the marketing lead gen, making sure we're putting ourselves out there. Would you have anything else that you could offer to a
Yes.
newer or newer, I should say, agent owner in real estate?
I think if I could go back and look back at my career when I first started, I worked with this big company. They would let you have phone time and you would just literally sit on the phone. And if a call came in and they didn't ask for a specific agent, they would send that call to you to try to turn into a lead. And I think about how many days I sat there wasting time where I got maybe one call. And instead of proactively finding my own
Right.
business, I was waiting on business to come to me. Almost like, if you sell new homes for a living. And I wasn't in that market. I was an agent. So I think if I had it to do all over, I would be proactive. And also, don't forget to touch the people that you know. A lot of people are afraid to go tell people they started a new career. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment. It's great. I started a new career. I know I was a teacher. Now I'm going to be a real estate professional, and I've got this company backing me up, and they've got all this experience, and they're training me. And I'd love to be able to help you sell your home. I'd love to be able to help you buy a home. I think a lot of people are afraid. I gotta wait till I get to a level of success, and then I'll tell the people I know. The people you know are your support system. They're going to help you launch. They're going to help you get off your feet. Even if they don't use you, they're going to say, you know what, my grandmother's house, I think she wants to sell it. I'll let you try there. Now they're testing your water. Don't get me wrong, but go ahead and cut your teeth on those. Go ahead and do them well. Show up with excellence. So
Yeah.
that's my big thing is get a hold of people you know, start your business there, be proactive and market yourself, and get out there and get in front of people and tell them what you do. Don't be afraid because you're 2 months in the business that you're not going to be successful. In fact, act like you're already successful so you
Yeah.
can be successful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like the old phrase, dress for the job you want, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome. Well, hey, it was great. I appreciate you coming out to the podcast. That was definitely a great perspective. From you. I'm kind of getting that. The making sure we're getting out there, staying in front of agents. And speaking of that, let the agents know, or any brokers in the area, anyone that's looking to get in contact. How can they find you?
The best way is probably I'll give you my email address and I'll give you my phone number. The best way to contact me, and I'm willing to help new agents. I'm willing to be a source for information. They can call me for advice. I want to help people become successful. So my phone number is 817-996-1772. That's 817-996-1772. And then my email address, if you want to email me, is my name, Suzette Teague. That's SUZETTETEAGUE @sbcglobal.net. Those would be the best ways. I do take text, and I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to connect with you, and I'd love to help you in your business because you will be successful if you're consistent.
I love that. Hey, I love that, and definitely not wrong in real estate or in any in any aspect of life. So that's wonderful. We'll link everything down below, guys. If you'd like to get in contact with Suzette, we'll have all her phone number, email, everything down below there. But thank you so much for coming out today, Suzette. That was awesome
Thank
podcast.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
God bless. Take care.